Looked like he couldn't wait for this fight to end. And I'm not saying that to insult Jack. Far from it. In fact, I'm saying the opposite, because he could have taken the easy way out several times.
19 minutes of control time. I mean, the only other really right now in the top in that welterweight.
How long it was? Was it 19 minutes?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Islam Makhachev broke him mentally. And that's not to knock JDM. That is to give Islam all his flowers, all the credit in the world.
Okay, so Islam Makhachev won another UFC title with an outstanding performance at UFC 3D 282. Even seasoned boxers appeared taken aback by JDM's handling of that clash, but supporters are going bananas. He just didn't look like the person he usually was. Kamara, are you still hearing this? Usman was astounded by the way Islam dominated JDM. He was in complete control of the fight. Usman observed that Islam blocked all of JDM's attempts to reset or scramble. He continued to advance, one step at a time. Usman also connected it to his previous battles, claiming that Islam seemed to be incredibly adept.
Either JDM somehow really has closed those gaps on the holes that he has to where he's able to step forward and start to do damage, or Islam was going to do what I thought he was going to do. Let's get him down. And when you get some of these guys down, you're able to float. Like we wrestle, we're able to float on these guys. We're able to just kind of be a step ahead of them in them trying to maneuver and create a scramble to get back to their feet. And that's what Islam did. I mean, come on, 19 minutes of control time. I mean, the only other really right now in the top in that welterweight.
How long it was? Was it 19 minutes?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah. The only other time I've seen that long right now in that welterweight division with these top guys is I would say my fight versus Buck.
Henry Cejudo is praising Islam as well, pointing out that casual viewers might not realize how important this triumph is. As of right now, he's the 11th dual champion in UFC history. What's amazing is how Islam gradually exhausted JDM throughout the fight by combining leg kicks and takedowns in each round. Here's the thing. Cejudo said that JDM erred by getting up at the conclusion of rounds, which left him with less time to recuperate.
What is, dude, because we're not casuals, Kamaro, like we understand what he did. You know what I mean? And particularly to solidify, to become a double champ, to become the 11th double champ in UFC history. What did he do? He started with the striking. He would kick the leg, and then right around that 3-minute mark, boom, he was getting takedowns. If you notice, every single round he did that. He hurt JDM with that leg kick. I mean, JDM was pretty much broken. And I will say something that JDM was doing something wrong. He was getting up at the very end, so he didn't really have a chance to really recover going into that round. If you're on your back, dude, like the whole damn time, just stay there, give yourself that opportunity to maybe start that next round on your feet.
Jorge Masvidal is now similarly astounded by Islam's total dominance and thinks he is currently the best pound-for-pound fighter. According to Masvidal, Islam was invincible and never seemed to tire. He possesses the strength, stamina, skill, and experience. At the age of 17, he is calling him a very dangerous man. In general,
very astonished. Islam, I think, looked better than ever. I never saw him breathing hard. At 155, I'll see after he gets in good wrestling scrambles or a guy might get away or something, he'll maybe take a little breath, catch his breath, and go right back into it. This was scary, man. This guy never got tired. I'd look at him after every round. Wasn't even breathing. It was a joke. He's going to be a scary guy at 170. The amount of strength, gas, and experience, technique he has, to me, he's number one.
In essence, Masvidal asserts that Islam is too adept to fall for any ruse. He thinks that his friend Cobb Kreisa might be able to question Islam. He mentioned Islam's attack and his shoddy defense against Jack Diatalina. However, he continues, look, Islam is never responsible for being this gifted.
It's really hard to beat this guy. I don't think I could ever bet against him now, unless it's my little brother Ilia. But other than that, I mean, this guy's just a problem, man. He is so fucking good. And everywhere, his stand-up, he was actually piecing up Jack on the feet. Jack was worried about the takedown. He started chopping that leg. It was a stellar performance. I know a lot of fans said it wasn't the most exciting, this and that. But man, Islam did his job. He did what he's supposed to do. Take the guy down, control him, try to hurt him, try to submit him. It's not really his fault that he's so damn good.
In response to Jack Dina's title defense against Ilia Makhachev, Shayna MV claims that the belt was incredibly cruel. He acknowledges that he was fortunate to have a simpler opponent and compares it to his own first defense against Sedova. JDM, on the other hand, had a far more challenging test.
Moving up from 155 to 170, fighting JDM, the champ. Poor JDM, he goes out there, he gets the belt, he wins the belt, and the first title defense is Islam. Fortunate for me, I win the belt. They gave me Cheeto. Woo!
Shane is pointing out that everything in the UFC is strictly regulated and emphasizing the current dominance of Russian fighters. He respects their approach and notices their rigorous discipline. He also believes his career deserves championship respect and wishes he had more opportunities. The Russians show up. *** Interview 7. Michael Bisping talks about Jack Demetrius' struggles with Islam Makhachev's takedowns. Although he recognizes Jack's attempt, Islam's skill was obviously far superior. In addition to having a 16-fight victory streak that matches Anderson Silva's, he has a 28-1 record. Silva's run includes more title fights and more spectacular knockouts, according to Bisping. However, Islam's accomplishment of winning 2 divisions while continuing that run is quite amazing.
Funny, cool motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They're dominating
Strict.
UFC right now. They're very strict, disciplined, and they're dominating right now. And love it or hate it, it's what it is. It is what it is, man. BB, I wish we could have seen more of him. Like I feel like him moving up to 170, being champ, like his career deserved that.
According to Bisping, Jack Della Maddalena made a mistake by attempting a hip throw on Islam after being a little overconfident. Jack had previously been successful in his grappling, but Islam was just functioning on another level. Islam swiftly took charge and controlled rounds 3 through 5, leaving Jack absolutely defenseless.
It was just the fact that he couldn't do anything. He was getting taken down. He was getting controlled. He did do a good job of not giving up. Okay, because listen, Islam is a tremendous fighter. Okay, he's got a record now of 28-1. He now ties Anderson Silva for a 16-fight win streak. I still think Anderson's was more impressive because 12 of those 16 fights were title fights, and that is more impressive. And of course, we saw some wild knockouts from Anderson Silva, but still, I'm not taking away from Islam Makhachev. What he's achieved is unbelievable. He's a 2-weight division champion. Anderson Silva didn't do that, and he has won 16 in a row. Okay, so take a bow.
Jack Della was worn down and pummeled during a bout, but he persisted in fighting back while his trainers encouraged him from the corner, according to verified Bisping. In actuality, Islam was in charge the whole time. He made several attempts at submissions and exerted such complete control over the fight that it was completely one-sided. Jack was unable to make many crisp blows.
A little bit too confident. He tried to go for a whizzer kick or a hip throw. Tried to go for a hip throw on Islam Makhachev. What are you doing? You don't do that. He shouldn't be trying to grapple with Islam at all. But of course, he had success against other grapplers in the past. Against Bilal Muhammad, he was able to have some success in the grappling transitions. But of course, Islam Makhachev is the next level. Okay, so he made a big mistake there in trying to go for his own throw. Ended up back on the ground. And then in rounds 3, 4, and 5, Islam just timed them perfectly. There was almost...
Islam Makhachev used calf kicks to attack Jack Demetrius' legs early in the fight, according to Robert Whitaker's analysis of the UFC. He inflicted damage in the first minute, upsetting Jack's base and affecting his ability to sprawl as well as his attacking defense movement. Whitaker observes that the timing of Islam was perfect. Islam went ****.
Face of Jack, right? He looked miserable. He looked like he couldn't wait for this fight to end. And I'm not saying that to insult Jack. Far from it. In fact, I'm saying the opposite, because he could have taken the easy way out several times. Islam was trying to finish him. He was trying to get Kimuras. He was trying to get straight arm locks. He was trying to get the doors multiple times that he's got many of the great fighters with. And he was trying to get rear naked chokes, okay? And Jack was tired. Jack was deflated. He was dejected. He was beaten, and he knew it was. He knew he was. And all he could have done was just extend his arm. All he could have done was not resist, okay? But the man was still fighting. He was still trying to get back to his feet. His coach is giving him a hard time in the corner. They're all frustrated with him because, of course, they just want the best for him, but it wasn't meant to be, okay? Islam dominated the fight. It was one-way traffic. It was pretty easy.
Within the first minute, straight for the calf kick, started doing some real damage to that leg early on. Obviously, and obviously the wrestling was always going to be a big factor in this fight.
Yeah.
Islam does what Islam does. But I think the leg attacks just took Jack's